Hi there! In my last video, I shared 6 helpful tips for watercolor beginners, and you really seem to enjoy them. So today, I'm back with 7 more tips. These are tiny things that are easy to overlook, but I often see them come up during my miniature watercolor workshops. So let's get started. First, use water to create shapes. Water actually has shape. It gently holds and guides colors within its boundaries. The pigment flows freely, but it still stays contained. It sounds simple, but it can create magical effects. Here's a fun example. If I want to paint a sun, I start by drawing a circle with clean water. Then I wet the area around that circle, leaving the inside dry. I drop some color just along the outer edge of the circle, and when I apply color to the outside, it won't flow into the dry circle. That way, the shape of the sun is defined through contrast. As the pigment bleeds into the surrounding water, you also get a soft blue sky effect. This trick is especially useful when you want to preserve light, and you can also use it to define the white zones without using white paint, or just making some negative paintings. Secondly, turn household items into painting tools. Many simple household items can help you create effects easily. To paint dreaming bubbles, try using the rim of a yogurt bottle. Apply your colors around the rim, then press it gently onto your watercolor paper to make a perfect circle. Then use clean water to blend the color inward. You will see the water stays neatly within the shape of the circle. It doesn't overflow no matter how much pigment you add. To finish the bubble, use tissues or just leave some white spaces like this to add highlights. This is also a great exercise for beginners to understand how water interacts with color. Thirdly, clouds can be more abstract. In my previous video, I showed how to paint fluffy clouds like these. But today, let's try painting some clouds that are softer and a bit more open to the imagination like these. Instead of aiming for perfect shapes, we can just leave small blank areas as we paint the sky. Paint the sky freely with blue color and leave scattered blank spots for your clouds. They don't need to be large or detailed, just enough to spark a sense of cloudless and space. Don't forget to vary the pressure and angle of your brush so the sky has depth and contrast. Sometimes leaving room for the imagination actually makes a scene feel more realistic. The fourth one is to add atmosphere into your painting. When your painting feels empty and you want to fill the space quickly, all you need is just to add some atmosphere. If you are painting trees or adding details, use a little bit clean water to gently blur parts of the shape. Try mixing sharp edges with soft, blurry ones to add depth. This softens the edges and creates a feeling of distance and ambiance in your painting. You can also dip a flat brush or toothbrush into pens and gently flick specks across the background. It's an easy way to add texture and mood. But just be careful not to overdo it. The fifth tip is to use water to blend colors. We often want to blend 2 colors naturally, but that's hard to do on dry paper. If you try, you might see sharp, unwanted transitions like this. But if you apply a base of clean water on the paper before painting, the color will blend more smoothly. Water is the secret. As long as the paper stays wet, it protects the transition area and allows the pigments to mix freely. And the next one, you can actually correct your watercolor painting. Even though many people see watercolor is a one-shot medium, the truth is colors can be actually removed or adjusted with some specific techniques and the right timing. When the paper is still wet, you can lift the pigment with a paper towel by dabbing gently like this. Or use a clean, relatively dry brush to absorb the pigment and reveal the white of the paper underneath. Even the paper has already dried, you can still gently scrub the painted area with a clean brush, then use tissue to lift the color. A flat brush also works well to blur harsh edges and make tiny adjustments like this. And the last tip, patience is key. Sometimes patience is even more important than technique. For this mountain painting, I rushed to paint the second layer but didn't wait for the first layer to dry. You see the result, the shapes are all blended into each other, so it's much better to paint the mountain with clear ridges when the paper is completely dry. Patience makes all the difference. Sometimes I end up saying things like, I wish I had waited just a bit longer, or I should have left it the way it was. But that's also the magic of watercolor. Those little regrets become part of the charm. So take your time. Watercolor rewards those who slow down. Let me know if you've experienced any of these moments, or you've learned this the hard way like I have. And if you'd like to explore the miniature watercolors with me, check out my beginner-friendly online course below and enjoy 50% off for a limited time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more painting tips. I'm Nan, a miniature watercolor addict. See you next time.